What's going on, Giants fans? We're about to get into a recap of that bloodbath where the Giants lost 37-21. But before we get into it, I asked this on a video earlier this week. I want to gauge the pulse of you guys right now. Who do you want to start next week if Daniel Jones cannot go? Type MG for Mike Glennon, type JF for Jake Fromm, and let's get into a recap. What's going on, guys? You are watching New York Giants Now by Chat Sports. I'm your host, Marshall Green, and I'm pissed the hell off because the Giants, they just got embarrassed on another Sunday, Week 14, and the Giants continue to look like a football team that is not going to be ready to win games now or in the foreseeable future unless major changes are made. They lose 37-21. Mike Glennon was Mike Glennon, 17 for 36, a $190, 3 total TDs, which is kind of impressive, but 2 of those TDs came in the last 6 minutes of the fourth quarter, which was essentially garbage time. He did have that interception at the end of the game. He also lost a fumble. Saquon Barkley, a season high. Yeah, a season high. 64 yards rushing. He did have a touchdown through the air on the stop and go that Mike Glennon hit him for the TD. Justin Herbert, he did just about anything he wanted. I mean, this was a rough one for us, guys. I mean, I don't really even know what to say. I'm embarrassed. I'm hurt. I don't even really enjoy watching this football team right now. I'm pissed off. But one player on this team, probably not fair, that pisses me off the most is Riley Dixon. We know that the Giants are conservative. We know that they're going to punt the ball at the 50-yard line. But as a punter, you need to have a punt that goes more than 18 yards. You need to punt the ball not inside the end zone. You need to hit the receiver that is wide open on a fake punt. Riley Dixon, you need to make those plays. So, Trace, go ahead and push this across, man. If you are tired of Riley Dixon as the punter of the New York Giants, go down to the comments and type FR for you know what, Riley Dixon. I'm sick of him. I just don't think he is fit to be a punter in the NFL. I'm sick of him. I know you are too. So go down in the comments and type FR for Riley Dixon. We do have some unfortunate news to get to for Giants fans besides the loss. Because, you know what? Losing that bad on Sunday is not the only thing that hurts. It's the loss of Leonard Williams, who left the game in the first half because of that elbow injury. There hasn't been too many details that come out, but this didn't look like an injury that he's going to be able to bounce back from right away. He did walk off the field under his own power, which is encouraging for Giants fans. But look, it's just salt in the wound. Leonard Williams has probably been the most consistent player for the New York Giants this season. And to now see him hurt, and who knows if he'll be ready next week, I don't know what's going to happen. I'm upset about it. I want to see Leonard Williams on the field because he has gotten the bag in the summer. But, man, he's given it his all this season, so I can't really say too many bad things about him, if at all. One thing I do want to talk about that has been bad has been the New York Giants closing the first half on the offensive side and the defensive side of the football. Let's start with offense. The Giants, they've scored this many points in the final 2 minutes of the first half. Can anyone see that number? Guess it in the comments. Like Trace just said, we have scored more here at Chat Sports in the final 2 minutes of first halves than the Giants have. The Giants have not scored a single point in the final 2 minutes of first halves. This is the worst team in the National Football League at closing games. I couldn't remember it, mainly because I didn't want to, but this sequence right here, where the Giants got the ball at the Chargers' 41-yard line at the end of the first half. They ran 3 plays for -2 yards, and then punted the ball back to the Chargers, who went from their own 25-yard line in 39 seconds for a touchdown when Justin Herbert just absolutely uncorked one and hit Jalen Guyton, who split Xavier McKinney and Logan Ryan for a Chargers touchdown. I'm not sure what's been worse, the Giants' 2-minute drill on offense or the Giants' 2-minute drill on defense. Their defense cannot close halves, their offense can't close halves, and that is just an absolute recipe for disaster. I am tired of seeing this team just look like they are not ready to compete. And time and time again, that's what it is. I don't know whose fault it is, but someone's job has to pay for the Giants continually looking like a team that is not ready to put their jerseys on and play smash mouth football week after week. One thing I do know that's going to keep rolling is our coverage here of the Giants at Giants Now by Chat Sports. We are the fastest growing Giants channel on YouTube, and that is a credit to everybody that watches our videos. So I want to say thank you to everybody that has hit that big red button, who's liked a video, who's joined in on a video, who's commented. Thank you. We are on a fast track to 3,500 subs, and I want to get there by next week. So if you love the Giants and you're looking for a channel that does nonstop videos on the latest Giants news and rumors, we're pumping out like 4 or 5 videos a week. This is your one-stop shop. So go down right now and hit that big red button. Let's talk now about the quarterback and the offense for the New York Giants. Mike Glennon, he was just all right, I guess. I mean, in the first half, he really didn't do anything to put the Giants in position to win. But I do think this is a guy that deserves to, continue to start because we don't know who Jake Fromm really is as a quarterback. He hasn't played. I do know that we know who Mike Glennon is at this point, so I understand why some of you guys want Jake Fromm to start. But Mike Glennon, 17 to 36 on the day, just shy of 200 passing yards. He had 2 passing touchdowns through the air, 1 to Saquon Barkley on a stop and go. He also ran one in the garbage time. He did have that interception at the end of the game. He lost a fumble, but, he played okay, I guess. Saquon Barkley, on the other hand, probably had his best game of the season outside the Saints game. A season high in rushing yards, 64 yards on 16 carries, which, is all right because the Chargers defense ranks dead last in rushing yards per game allowed. He had 31 receiving yards on 3 grabs, and like we said earlier, he did have that long touchdown on the stop and go where Mike Glennon hit him stride, and that kind of shows you who Saquon Barkley is. He's a guy that can make plays. He's a guy that can come out of nowhere and get chunk plays for this offense. But at the end of the day, he just needs to be a little more consistent. How many times have we seen Saquon Barkley this season take a handoff, get to the line of scrimmage, and he just trips? I don't want to trip because the carpet's hard, and I don't want to get beat up any more than I already have by watching this football team. But Saquon Barkley, he's kind of like a tease in my opinion. I love him, and I always want more from him, but he never really delivers and gives me everything that I want. Does that sound familiar to anybody in your life? But guys, I'm curious. Is this the worst Giants offense that you've ever seen? Can you think or remember a worse Giants offense? And I'm not just talking this week or last week because of Mike Glennon. This offense has been historically bad all season long. Prior to this week, the Giants have scored 18 offensive touchdowns. So has Jonathan Taylor, a running back. A running back has scored as many touchdowns as this Giants offense. I know a lot of you guys, like my guy Pike Bishop, he doesn't like it when I rant and rave, but man, I'm just pissed off, and I'm letting it out right now because I love this team, and it pains me to see them play like this. But get your votes in. Is this the worst Giants offense you have ever seen? Y for yes or N for no. Last week, I did a mailbag where I answered a question if the Giants should clean house. And I said not yet in terms of Joe Judge. There's reports now coming out that Dave Gettleman is going to retire at the end of the season. A couple weeks ago, Rappaport tweeted that he wasn't going to be here. I said Joe Judge should be back, but right now, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about Joe Judge. It seems like this team is quitting on him. It seems like the energy wasn't there. I know we've talked a lot about the offense, and we'll get to the defense in a second. But this is a game where the defense could have dropped their stuff and just really shut down this Chargers offense. This team is built and paid to be a defensive team, and today they just lacked energy. They weren't flying all over the football field. They weren't meeting at the ball. The pass rush was invisible. Just upsetting. I'm upset. I really don't know if Joe Judge is going to be back because who's to say that it's fair to hire a new GM and then just thrust Joe Judge on him to be the head coach? It's going to be very interesting. Make sure you're sub because we'll be breaking it down. Maybe we'll do a Joe Judge replacements this upcoming week. But let me know. Fill me in. Educate me. Tell me why. I don't know where I stand on Joe Judge. Some days I want him back. Today, kick rocks, bro. I don't want him back. So let me know. Give me one reason Joe Judge should keep his job in the comments right now. And the Chargers offense today, they did pretty much absolutely everything they wanted against a Patrick Graham-led defense. The one thing that upsets me the most is we know that the Giants were going to struggle on offense this week with no Mike Glennon, no Kadarius Toney, guys hurt. But the defense did not show up, and that's what's most upsetting. 424 total yards, 271 through the air, 153 on the ground. They were 8 of 14 on 3rd and 4th downs and no turnovers. And they were led by Justin Herbert, who was absolutely amazing today. 23 of 31, 74% completion percentage, 275 yards, 3 TDs. And I'm pissed off because this guy should have been a New York Football Giant. Everyone knows the year before he was drafted by the Chargers, he was supposed to come out of the NFL draft, and the Giants were going to take him. But he came back to Oregon, wanted to play with his brother, and I can't hate on him, but I'm pissed off because I wanted him to be a Giant. This guy is going to be one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL for a very long time, And I'm just glad he's in the AFC so the Giants don't consistently have to play the Herbmeister. Guys, maybe you want to wake up on Christmas morning and feel like a winner, unlike you did today. Go and get this quarter zip jacket with our friends of the show, Fanatics. It was $60. Now it's $30. You got to use our link, though, chatsports.com/GiantsZip. If you just go try to get this at Fanatics, it's not going to work. You're not going to get the 50% off. So go to chatsports.com/GiantsZip. Open it up in a different browser and get this for a loved one, maybe a cousin, a brother, who knows. They're going to want some swaggy Giants gear, so go get them something for Christmas. Chatsports.com/GiantsZip. The Giants offense continues to be the Giants offense. It just leaves you for wanting more. Like you didn't get enough to eat at dinner, and you're going back for seconds, and there's just nothing left in the kitchen, and it's upsetting. 317 yards of total offense. I guess it's better than last week where you had less than 300, so I guess we're making baby steps, but this Chargers defense is worse than what we saw last week, especially without Derwin James on the field. 181 total passing yards, 136 rushing yards, 7 of 16 on third down. The Giants, they were 0 of 2 on fourth down, a place where they've been bad kind of all season and not aggressive. Joe Judge is kind of afraid of fourth downs. He doesn't like to go for it, and when he does, he puts the ball in his punter's hands, Riley Dixon, and tells him to complete a pass. How about you just keep your offense on the field and go, try to win a game and go get a fourth down conversion? But I'm over it. Two turnovers, just a bad game for the Giants in general. So I want to know. I'm upset. You can probably clearly see that. I'm sorry if I'm being a little mean, but it's right after the game, and I'm upset. This is a game I don't think we should have won, but we shouldn't have got blown out and embarrassed in the fashion that we did. But let me know. Will the Giants win another game this season? Type W for win, type L for lose out. Guys, I was tweeting throughout the game some pretty, not nice things about the New York Giants because there wasn't really many nice things to say. But I love them. I love my Giants. I bleed Giants blue, and I will always rock with the Giants. So follow me on Twitter, hit me up, send me a DM, mention me, let me know you came from this video, and I'll give you a follow back and shout out on the next Giants Now.